Stadler, where are you? Get back in your cubicle. I'm not paying you to uncubicle yourself.
Hey friends, followers, and freaks. So, it's June 10th, 2016. I'm in the middle of nowhere again. Actually, I'm not that far from Edson, Alberta. I'm slowly making my way into Jasper National Park, but I stopped at the Tourist Information Center in Edson, and I asked the lady there if she knew of any public land camping, and she said, oh yeah, just down the road, turn left, go down Rob Road, you'll see something by the river. So I did, and I did, and I did. So here I am. The only downside is, well, actually I'll start with the bright side. Bright side is I got set up before it started raining. But now it's raining. Not a big deal. It's got to rain sometime, right? And as the quote in my favorite movie goes, it can't rain all the time. So there you go. So yeah, just going to hang out here, explore the area a little bit once it stops raining, and it's almost dinner time. So I think I shall make some dinner. Alrighty, here's your first update from the road after leaving Leduc after getting my bumper fix, which looks awesome because they just put a new one on. But it looks awesome because there's no bugs splattered all over it. So yeah, and no crack and no dent. So there you go. I'll talk to you soon. So I left my camping spot up by Edson. It's about 12 miles outside of Edson. I got on the road because I had Nordegg on my list of places to check out. It was kind of one of those things that I just wanted to see. But because it didn't come down this way, I figured I can use the 40, which is technically turns into a forestry trunk road. It's rough, it's muddy, it's a gravel forestry road. Okay, fine, no big deal. I just drove 100 and something kilometers down to Nordegg, and I can't look around because it's a National Historic Site and you can only go in on a guided tour. But nowhere in my research did I see that. Nowhere did I see anywhere on the way down that road, which leads to here, any signs or anything saying that you can't see it. You have to be on a tour, and if you're not on a tour, get out. Which is basically what the guy told me, because I drove up there to see, okay, well, how does this work? And yeah, he said the tours are 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I missed the 2 o'clock, it's just wrapping up, and he made sure I left. So yeah, welcome to Nordegg. Needless to say, I'm not driving that road again to come back here for some tour. So, you lose. So yeah, if you have any plans on coming to Nordegg, Alberta, to visit the historic collieries, the coal mine, make sure you do your research. They're not open all the time. I don't even think they're open during the week right now. They're just open on the weekends, and there's 2 tours per day. So don't waste your time stopping if you haven't booked a tour, put it that way. All right. I guess I'm heading back up that hellish road to go check something else out, because it's the only one from here to there. Fun times. I think I'm going to do a time lapse of that road, just so you guys can see what kind of road it was that I spent, I don't know, 110 kilometers on, all the way down to Nordegg for nothing. All right. And thankfully I have enough gas that I don't need to fill up here, because I'm kind of in a bit of mood. That really sucks. But anyway, onward to the next thing. woke up today and I started driving around. There's a couple little towns up here that I was going to go to, but then I got to the intersection that takes me to Nordegg and I decided to go down there. So as you just saw, that was a bust. So I drove all the way back. There wasn't much down there that I wanted to see other than the historic town of Nordegg. So that said, I drove all the way back, and then I went to go to the previous two towns that I was going to go to in the first place, and they were kind of bust too. So it was one of those days that just wasn't meant to happen. Although, on the way back, I saw some deer, and I saw some Bighorn Sheep, so I hung out with them for a little bit, and that was fun. The time lapse you just watched was the drive back from Nordegg all the way to Hinton. So that's about 125 kilometers, I think, each way. So I put on a few miles today. And then I got into Hinton, and there was a thing there that I had mapped out, and it's called the Beaver Boardwalk. It's actually pretty cool. It's a lake / pond, whatever you want to call it. And then it kind of drains into this marshy area, and there's beaver dams. But the people of Hinton have built a boardwalk that you can walk around, and it goes like all over the place. It goes like around the lake, into the woods. There's other trails and stuff if you want to, keep hiking and stuff like that. But the boardwalk itself is, goes all through the marsh, and it's pretty cool. I did see a little beaver. I didn't get any footage of him because he was a bit of a ways away, but I saw his little head going, cruising through the water. So I wandered around the boardwalk and took some video, which I'll show you next, and some pictures, which there might be a few in there. And then the cloud was kind of moving in and out for the first part, but then it kind of got real dark. There was no sun peeking through anymore. So I decided to move on and come home. Now, being that it's still light out, you'd think, oh, it's probably around 7 or 8 o'clock, when in actual fact it's 10 o'clock and I haven't had dinner yet. So next on my agenda is making some dinner. The truck is filthy from that nice road all the way down to Nordegg and back. I'm tired, and tomorrow I think I'm just going to hang out here. Unless it's really nice out, then I might go for another drive. But if it's kind of like it was today, a little cloudy, that kind of thing, I might just kind of chill out. I'll show you my campground tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Hey. So it's about, I don't know, 7:30, 8 p.m. on June 12th. And I didn't do a whole lot today. It rained a little this morning, but it's been clearing up as the day went on. And I decided that I'd just give you a little tour of the campground area here. I call it a campground, but it's essentially just parking by a river. Now, the guy that I talked to yesterday, my neighbor who's gone, they left this morning, he mentioned that it used to be an old sawmill up until the 60s. So that's probably why I see the odd piece of machinery, etc., etc. And there's this old piece of, well, what's left of a bridge. And I've also seen like bits of cars here and there. I just came across one that was bulldozed under by the looks of things. So kind of curious what used to be here. And it's even curious to wonder, what's buried beneath the bush now that it's all been slowly reclaimed. For free, it's a nice little spot. Apparently good fishing underneath the other bridge. I've driven by there and there's a couple guys fishing both times I went by. So just a little west of Edson and a little east of the 16. And I found myself a nice little spot. So I'm probably going to hang here for a couple of days, a couple more days. And yeah, I'll show you around.
It's like working with a monkey.